What's up, friends? Welcome to the training vlog. Today's day 141, if I remember correctly. And today's session, we are at beautiful Big Rock trying some hard projects. This right here is the heinous crimp proj on the hard lines boulder. The name is pretty apt because it is very, very hard. I came here Monday and put a session on it. If you guys watch my last video to the very end, you'll have seen a bit of footage that I put in it.
Yep. Pull.
So the climb starts right here on this awful, awful crimp ledge. It is so bad. It's one of the worst holds I've ever pulled onto. And then it gets into easier climbing, and then it gets a very, very hard top. I did all but the first move and the last move, which happened to be the two hardest moves. But yeah, hopefully I can give it some better burns today now that I'm a little more fresh, and I'm very excited to try it. So let's get right into it. All right, what's up, everyone? I think it's about time we start giving this some warm-up goes, especially to get the skin used to it, because my skin's feeling kind of tender right now. So let's just give it a couple burns from the stand start. Stand start's still kind of hard. Let's rest a quick second. Yes, that was it. Oh, missed it. Oh, let's go. I screwed up the beta at the end. I didn't go all the way out, but that's sick. Let's go. All right, let's take a rest. Woo. No! Oh, that was so good. Huh. Okay, well that's the mantle. Now I know I can do that. Just gotta do it from the bottom now. All right, that was actually not that bad. Let's go, guys. That was my first ascent ever, which is incredible. Wow, that was one of like the hardest mantles of my life. I was so blasted getting there. That was crazy. Wow. I'm like super conflicted on the grade. I think I'm going to take a moment to reflect on it and then share with you my thoughts on how to grade it. But there we go. That was the first ascent of, and not to be super cheesy or anything, but Zoe. I'm naming it after my beautiful, hot, and amazing girlfriend. Amazing, incredible climbing. One of the hardest presses I've ever done. That's awesome. All right, let's chill for a minute, actually. What's up, friends? Welcome to the end of the video. I had a very good experience today at Big Rock. I had a lot of fun. It was really nice to put up my first ascent ever. Never done that before. It was a very good experience for me to clean a boulder and then work out the moves, suss out what looks possible, and then execute it. I thought that was a really cool experience for myself, and it's also exciting to me to know that there's still a lower start that would make it quite a bit harder. It'd make it at least double digits for sure. So that's also really, really exciting to me. So in regards to the grade of the problem, I think I'm going to settle on a V8, V9 kind of grade, give it the slash grade. I found it really difficult to grade because number one, the mantle was really tough. And number two, it was like, to me, it felt in the gray area between V8 or V9. It felt harder than some of the V8s at Big Rock, but maybe not quite as hard as some of the V8s or V9s that I've done just in general. So I think I'm going to settle on that. In 8A, I think I'll put it as V9, but if this boulder receives any subsequent ascents, people can put their honest opinions in it. I would love for someone to put the effort into trying it, and then if it settles on V8 or even lower or even higher, that's totally fine with me. I am just happy that someone would try something that I put that much effort into cleaning. That would be amazing. So yeah, I find it really difficult to grade. So I think that's where I'm gonna settle. But regardless, I had an amazing experience cleaning this boulder and establishing my first ascent. And I actually quite like the movement on it. It was really pretty sick. I think with the exception of the mantle, it was a very good climb, and it was just incredible. I really had a good time with it. I I named it after my girlfriend Zoe. She's great. We've been dating over 3.5 years, and I love her very much. And I always promised her that if I ever put up a first ascent, I would name it after her. So that's what I did. That's another thing about the experience that I really enjoyed. Is that I get to share it with my girlfriend, which is really good. So you might be wondering why I only did one boulder in this session. There was a couple reasons. The main one being just by the time I sent Zoe, I was tired and I kind of felt nauseous. I don't know why, but I was feeling kind of sick for some reason. But I had just enough energy to get that one done, so that was pretty great for me. I also was totally out of skin. My skin is still pretty bad, but yeah. I think I'm okay with only doing one boulder because that boulder was pretty meaningful to me. I think I'll break down the climb a little bit for you guys so you can understand it a little bit more, or at least understand it as much as I understand it. So the climb, I think the full line will start on the crimp ledge that my left hand was on. You either like cross it or just like regular grip, I think is how you'll start it. The hold doesn't look that bad, but when you actually get to trying to pull on it, it feels really weird. The hold like kind of tapers up into like a little tiny edge. So by appearances, it looks like you just half crimp it, but I think you actually have to like full crimp it, and there's only a little bit that you can get your fingers behind. But I was kind of playing around with it today, and I noticed I think I found a way that I have to crimp it, but it's one of the smaller holds I've ever pulled onto, and the feet are just really bad. So I think that if you were able to pull off the first move, whether it be just like standing tall into the really bad side pull or going big for the arete, I think that would be like one move of V10, maybe even harder, or somewhere between like V9 and V11 of just one singular move. So I think that would increase the difficulty of it to at least V11-ish, in that range. It could be easier. I could just like didn't I could have just like not put in enough effort or not tried to understand it enough. So I think next time I go to Big Rock and go to that boulder, I will try to spend more time figuring it out. But yeah, it was pretty it looks pretty hard to me, and I feel like it's going to be the hardest climb at Big Rock, probably the hardest climb in South Carolina if it's done. And I would really like to put in the effort to try to get that done. I think I like the idea of having a project that is local to me that I can work and go to anytime I want to. I think that's really nice. Uh, I don't honestly see a lot of people trying to go to that boulder and give it some effort, but I also could be wrong. I feel like because a lot of the areas in North Carolina are closed for a long time, people could go and try some climbs there, and that's definitely a climb there. We'll see though. We'll just have to see. The the stand start or the second move of the full line, that starts on like a really good like crimp sloper and your left hand on the left starting hold. I found it easiest just to establish without my feet and then put my foot on and go into the side pull. I think that's how I got the most out of my foot, but I don't think you necessarily have to do it. I think that was just the easiest way for me to do it. Um, the foot is pretty bad though. I like was able to actually use it like one in like 5 times or so. Uh, I also was feeling quite tired, so maybe what if I was feeling fresher, it would feel a bit easier. But yeah, that move wasn't super easy for sure. And you just have to like pause into that like really bad side pull crimp, and then go straight to the crimp on the lip. That crimp is okay. It's probably about 15, 14, I would say 14 though. It's not that bad. And then once you grab it, you swap the feet and then throw a heel hook over the arete, and then go again to a really an okay sloper. It's like not bad, not great. And then that's when you take the cut on it, not for your feet, but for your hands. Your heel stays on, but it basically you're putting a lot of weight through your left hand to just try to stay on, and then you come back up, and then that's when you get ready for the mantle. You reach back to a okay crimp, and then a left hand side pull, and it took me forever to figure out how to do that mantle. I basically put in just an entire session on that mantle, and I never figured it out. But it was exciting to me that I did the mantle first try today. That was really cool to me. It just kind of clicked for me in that moment, and then I ended up doing it pretty soon after that, like the full line. So that was pretty cool to me. Yeah, that was a great experience. But yeah. Anyways, that's kind of the breakdown and the story of my first ascent ever. I'm happy that my first ascent was at uh, Big Rock, the place where I started climbing. That makes it all the more meaningful to me, and it just furthers that experience. Honestly, that place is where I learned how to climb, and it's pretty incredible. And not only that, but right around the time that I learned how to climb, I started dating my girlfriend. So yeah, it just makes it all the more meaningful, and I don't think I'll ever forget it. It's one of the better experiences I've had. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to further future sessions. Next session is going to be a kilt board slash hangboard session at the gym. I'm going to start off with some like maximum hangs, and then after that, I'm going to do this kind of weird kilt board session where I take 3 or so climbs, and I do a move and I control it, and then I take the cut with my feet. I think I have to like fully do it with my foot on and then cut my feet and get my feet back on. I think that's going to make it really hard to do those climbs, but I'm excited to try it because it's going to be really fun. I've never done this session before, so I think it'll be cool to show you guys as well. Um, and then a session after that, I'm going to Big Rock again, and I'm going to do a little bit of like, just kind of like boulder circuits or so, and just like climb around and try some climbs. Uh, I think it'll be like stuff in the V60, V8 range, or maybe even a V9 or so. It depends. We'll see. But there are currently 4 V8s in this one area that I'm gonna try to do. If I could get 2 or 3 of them in a session, that would be really cool to me. But even not, even if I don't, it'd still be really cool just to try them. And I'm coming out with a crew. my friend Trey, my friend Braden, and my other friend Enrique are coming. Enrique is actually gonna get some video, and he's gonna help me out a little bit with that. So we'll have some like actual photography there, which will be pretty sick. I think that'll be great. It'll really up the production quality. Um, yeah, so that session I'm pretty excited. All right. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I think that's about it for this session, or at least I've run out of stuff to talk about. Again, thank you for watching, and thank you for watching to the end of the video if you did. Um, I will see all you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.